December the 18th, 2009 is a prophetic date, as it is several things to me personally. My grandparents married in 1897 on this date, and in 1980 I painted a painting, the first painting I've ever done of a harbour scene, December the 18th, and of course December the 18th in 1922 was when the lunation zero was set for the Great Pyramid reading. Now, Avatar is a great movie. The Christians are going to hate it, the Muslims are going to hate it, but it is very, very accurate. This is what it's all about: reincarnation. Now, there's no life out in space, so I want to make that perfectly clear, but there is a heavenly realm, and at death the soul goes to the heavenly realm and then reincarnates, usually into the same family. But I wanted to mention the diagonal of the Great Pyramid in its fullness or complete size, that is with the 286.1 bringing the base up to 36524.24 pyramid inches, makes the one side 9131.06 pyramid inches wide, and 1 inch equals a day, so that is 25 years. So there's some wonderful mathematics to come out of this. The diagonal is 1077.26 feet, and that is a lunation, and lunation number 1077 will occur this year on January the 23rd. 1077.26 is the lunation plus 7 days, a little over 7 days. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But the date of May the 11th, 2154, which is in the movie of the Avatar, as the hero is making videos of his experiences, and on the date that the first video is shot, it is the 30th of May 2154 AD. May the 11th 2154 is the end of lunation 2861. So it's 20 days into lunation 2862. Now, what this is all about is, if we take the full width of the Great Pyramid, all the outer casing stones are missing, so therefore when it was laid out it was reduced in size from the 36524.24 stones which are under each of the corners, reduced by 286.1. That means it's rejecting the capstone, because the capstone, being full size, hasn't been reduced by 286.1. So when it shows up after the 18th of December 1922, because that is the 90 years of the Christian domination of the world, they reject the Lord, even though he came in exactly the same way as predicted by Isaiah, born of the most royal line, and therefore all you have to do today is find the most royal person alive and you've got who Christ is today. So we have 9131.06 is actually 25 years, so the base represents 100 years, and the diagonal will be 1077.26 feet. When it's measured in feet, it's modern time. When it's measured in pyramid inches, it's ancient time. So the fullness will be the 23rd of January 2010. So we'll do some mathematics to show you what it's all about and how the Earth was originally 25,000 miles in its circumference. Then it was hit by Mars during the last reversal of the solar system, which was falling away from the Milky Way galaxy equatorial line, and started to return. And once that happens, the spiraling effect the planets started to reverse in their orbits, and when this happened, Mars moved out to pass the Earth, and as it passed it, it was locked into the gravitational field of the Earth, pulled into the North Pole. It bounced against the Earth, and this ejected the Moon out of the Earth, reducing the size down from the 25,000 miles circumference to 24,904. So here's the mathematics. We take the 25,000 miles divided by pi, gives you 7957.74, etc. times feet, that's how many feet there are in a mile, gives you the number 42016904, and all these numbers mean something. I won't go into it because it's very complex and take too much time. Times 12 inches to the foot gives you 5042, etc. Then you got the sacred number 5, which is Abba, so you divide it by the 5 and it gives you 10084, times pi gives you 3168,00000, and we now know that 3168 is Lord Jesus Christ. And this house that I'm living in at the moment is on a latitude that is 31680 kilometres around the Earth and 5813 kilometres from the South Pole, which is the height of the completed capstone. So therefore this is a very important location. So the human body is based on pi. Here the bones are ground up and poured in a pile and will form the same angle that is in the face angle of the Great Pyramid. That's called the pi angle. It's actually 515114.3 degrees. And if you put the Moon and the Earth together, join the two centres, you have a shape across the equator back up to the centre of the Moon, and the distance around the two is 31680 miles, Lord Jesus Christ again. Now for those of you interested in miracles and are familiar with my work, you'll find that when I was measuring New Guinea, there's several hundred points that are all miracles when you measure them in distances from the Rio statue in Rio de Janeiro. That's the Abba statue as Jesus, which to the head, top of the head to the sea level is 2424 feet, which is Jesus in the Greek concordance, or the 2424th word alphabetically of the New Testament. Now in the movie, they have a brilliant story. It is a crippled boy that is a Marine, and he's a twin brother of a operative that was going to be cloned, and his consciousness passed into the Avatar. These are the people who live on the planet Pandora. Now what we have here is the two gentlemen, the young fellow to the right, he's an Australian by the way, who's playing the part. He's looking into the womb in the laboratory where the Avatar has been cloned with his brother's DNA, but his brother got killed in his first outing, and indicating that the animals in the forest could see that they were up to no good. So here he is looking in at the Avatar. Now this Avatar's about 12 feet tall and blue in colour, would indicate a copper base for its blood. Now the identical twin has been summoned because this Avatar is ready to come out of the womb of the laboratory, and therefore they have to have the identical twin who's matched to the DNA of his brother, will then allow the consciousness to be moved from the Marine to the consciousness of the Avatar. Now the carrot, if you like, for this young man is that they have technology that can replace the damage to his spine, but they won't do it until he accomplishes their mission, which is to infiltrate the Avatar and convince them that they are good and to hand over the secret ore that they're looking for. So he's placed inside the cocoon or the canister and then slid into a machine that's going to transfer his mind and consciousness